So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey, welcome to a new episode of Ho Ho Hong Kong podcast. I'm your host, Mohammed Magdi, and I'm sitting here with my co-host, my lovely buddy.
Vivek Mabubani. I will pronounce it myself because you guys can't do it right every time.
Nope, never. So yeah, if you're enjoying the podcast, do us a favor, just recommend it to a friend. Just one friend, just message them, send them the episode, tell them this is something I enjoy, and just let them share this joy with us.
Yeah, and if you really enjoyed it, recommend your friend to subscribe to our Patreon.
Wee.
Yeah, you do it as well, but I mean, I know you're cheap.
Yeah,
It's okay. So
yeah, way to incentivize people to subscribe to the Patreon.
tell your friend that I'd subscribe, so peer
actually,
pressure.
if you get a friend, let's just run a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
If you get your friend to subscribe, we'll send them a fake screenshot with the subscription, like, oh yeah, I'm totally subscribed too.
I'll Photoshop a screenshot of your subscription, its confirmation
with my
page.
face on it on a pyramid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll do something like that. Just do it. Message us.
Also, leave us a review on iTunes or Spotify, whatever the platform is. How
Anyway.
long have I known you for? 4 or 5 years?
Well, you've known of me.
I've no, but I remember I was headlining Takeout one time.
Oh yeah, and you were here, right?
Jamie let me book my own openers, and I actually didn't. I just met you at shows, but I hadn't really talked to you. But I'm like, this guy's good, I should book him. And then I sent Jamie back. I'm like, yeah, I want this guy Vivek Mansegani.
Yeah.
And he responds back with like, those are two different people.
Yeah, and you're like, I'll take both, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Mahesh, who wants to book him?
All right. Anyways, well, if people want to book you, where do they find you?
Add the other Muhammad on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, open for private parties, kids' birthdays, and whatever.
And
DJing.
if you need like a stunt double, an Indian stunt double, get Mahesh Mansegani. Otherwise, if you want a comedian, get me, Vivek Mavavani.
Yeah, or if you want a real comedian, don't message me.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of comedians, man, it's not just the two of us who's going to be on the podcast today, right?
Oh, yeah. We
Segue.
have a hilarious comedian.
Nah.
All the way. No, actually, we have my good buddy. You want to introduce yourself? I always introduce the guest. Let's do it this time differently. You just want to talk about yourself.
Like, who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you and what do you do? My name is Simon Wilson, and I try and run interesting events in Hong Kong. Is that what? How do everyone describe
that's
oneself?
fair.
Is it?
Well, you had an
That's
event.
very modest. You have been running the biggest event in Hong Kong for the last year, pretty much.
Yeah, I suppose we have. Yeah, but then someone else pointed out recently that it's been the only event in Hong Kong over the last year. So don't be too smug about it. We won an award, and they were like best event in Asia Pacific, and then someone emailed me it's the only event in Asia
Please
Pacific.
don't put it that way. A lot of comedians consider them like the winner of certain competitions when there's only one competitor.
Yes,
And so
Right. It's like, that's the best open micer in Kowloon.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Dude, there's no open mics in Kowloon.
Yeah.
You did your
You were
own
the
open
guy.
mic on your rooftop, so it's not really. So, Simon, you run the lawn and the grounds, which is something everyone in Hong Kong would know about.
Hopefully.
Well, for anybody who has somehow been ignorant all this time in Hong Kong, the lawn, the grounds is basically the Star Ferry in Central Side. You'll see that little open space that you've had movies, we've had comedy shows there and different stuff. And basically when you're going on the bridge, going to the ferry to spend like $2 on a ferry and go like, what's that space?
Yeah.
I want to be there instead.
It's the space where people used to go to for free, and now he charges them like $1,000 to get
Yeah.
in.
It's exactly that. Yeah, it's a smart business model. Just, take public space and no. It's not. So we created the first purpose-built, COVID-responsible entertainment offering in Hong Kong, which is very hard to say very fast 3 times in a row, especially if you're Irish.
Yeah.
But that was the idea, to create a safe space in the middle of Hong Kong where we could try and put on events and experiences for people in a difficult time. I think we launched in October 2020, which is a tricky time.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to do something for the city. It wasn't really a commercial enterprise at the start. We thought if we can not lose money on this would be great.
Yeah.
And we were very lucky that things went well, and we didn't lose money, which was awesome. So
It seems like it's quite a big investment, though. Like for you to take a chance like this and hope to break even, that you're also taking a big risk.
Yeah, it was a big punt, but I think part of it was, if we didn't do, my business partner describes it like this: there was 2 types of people in 2020. Those that were hiding under their duvets and waiting for it to be over and wake me up in 2021, or those that were kind of peeping up and keen to do something.
Right.
And we very much saw ourselves in the latter camp. And so we tried to get something started, and we met with great partners who kind of suppliers and stakeholders in the events game who'd normally want to. The commercial model had been very different before. You pay big rental fees and rental charges, but this time we talked about an element of partnership, and the guy who rents the stage, the sound equipment, the screen, all that stuff, they hadn't worked in like 18 months. With obviously social unrest and then COVID, a lot of the big events in Hong Kong just hadn't happened. So we were very lucky to work with those guys, and they offered us just really reasonable, decent terms. Like we kind of said, we're going to do this. We want to. Remember this meeting, it was so cheesy, and the guy kind of laughed at me, and my colleagues laughed at me, and then they laugh at me all the time about it. I was saying we want to try and like shine a light for the events industry in Hong Kong, to say like we're going to do something, and we're going to try and like kind of set a good example and show that we can do events during COVID times, and if it goes well, we'll hopefully all generate more business and things will kind of improve for the events game. And they laughed at me, And then,
that sounds very cheesy. It sounds like you just finished reading like a Tony Robbins book, and you're like, that's a good thing to say at a pitch meeting.
That's what I mean. Like, it sounds really positive, where like everyone's going like, "You're an idiot. Wait, what's wrong?" You're like, "The power of now."
Yeah, exactly. Do it now.
I have the giant within. It's like
just spouting like Simon
I am
Sinek
not
phrases
your guru.
over and over again.
Yeah.
There was a bit of that, but then if you don't have a crack, if you don't give it a go, what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen.
Did you guys have a certain plan for like the movies, the events, or the music, or were you just kind of winging it as you go?
I'd love to say we had a very considered, strategic approach to what we did. No, we did. We had a notion in place when I first got involved in this company, or started this new company. I had this crazy ride beforehand. I like COVID wasn't kind to me. I lost my job. We kind of our wedding got cancelled. All these things happened, and I met the guy who operates the wheel, and he was like, "We have these ideas. We want to do some stuff. We're not really sure what it is, but we think we can do something. Do you want to come in and have a look?" And then we just started with the idea of let's create a safe space and go from there and see what we can do.
Yeah.
And the rules change so often, have changed so much, as you guys know as performers, for live entertainment versus live music and what's constituted as a performance and all these things. It was a bit more grey at the start, so we just kind of tried what worked
and
kind
just
of went
see
with
what until someone stops you. Basically, you're like, what you're doing is
sort of, but we're in a very public space where we are, and we operate on public land. It's government land that we've leased, so we have to be almost wider than white in terms of restrictions and protocols and COVID responsible practices. But we started off with the idea of some movies, and we wanted to have some comedy. I talked to Andy way back when. It was I think a tricky time for him when he was moving out of one thing into something else, and things were changing, so that didn't come off. But music, we wanted to stream some concerts. We wanted to put on some kind of live quiz show entertainment type things. We tried some things, worked really, really well. Some things were not so successful. Some things were really good, but not commercially successful. But luckily, we sold so many tickets to a Hugh Grant movie that we could afford to pay for other things, and that was great. So
is that like licensing the movie?
I want to officially thank Hugh Grant for financing the entire project, the grounds, and underwriting the effort. You license the movies. You get an agent to.
I don't know. I torrent everything, so I'm not in the same sphere as you.
I would like to clarify. I have nothing to do with Mohammed.
Dude, this is like the smallest crime I admitted publicly. It's like if they're gonna get me, they're gonna get me for worse shit.
That would be so good, actually, if like you ended up actually playing a torrent.
I know, They're like I said I smuggled my dog before, and no one cared.
Oh wow.
I'm a comedian. They can't actually get me. I mean, I don't know. You actually have been a comedian more than me.
Yeah.
Like, what are the charges? Like, what is the legal? Like, if something you say on stage, can they get you for it? For like, did you aside from NSL?
Yeah,
stuff,
I was just gonna say, I was looking at you, going like, Mohammed, what year are you still in? Like,
No. But aside from the NSL stuff, there's stuff that is like you can't talk about X and Y. If you're talking about like there is a famous comedian who talks about how he killed his helper or whatever. Like his
Mohammed, don't talk about your set.
I said famous comedian. But you know what I mean? Like it's just people who exaggerate. Like, what is the legal?
Usually, what you'll find with comedy, because like we don't exactly draw like thousands of people,
right?
So the thousands of people who get offended are not there at the show, so we can say whatever we want. And that's a smart move. You think I'm not marketing my show as well? I'm doing it on purpose.
I think that's the perks of not being famous or successful. Is that
the
no
circle
one cares.
small. I like that. Very smart. Yes.
Exactly right. Yeah, the giant within. I'm like, shh, keep it down. Yeah. Okay, so then although you had to do everything like the proper way, but did you get any complaints of people like, let's say on the bridge going like, what's going on? I don't like this. Or any like basically, because I'm sure, look, the good thing with Hong Kong is that there's always going to be some haters. There's always going to be someone like, this is a terrible idea.
Especially when you're pretty successful, and also almost you came just overnight. Like, as someone who lived here, I didn't know what was going on, and then I heard about the grounds, and I tried to book a ticket, and I couldn't get it for like months out.
Yeah, that was a strange thing, actually. We had this bizarre couple of weeks where thankfully, touch wood, all these shows were selling out. There was this kind of momentum, and we were naturally excited about it, right? Like, yeah, sell out. You kind of put tickets on sale on Wednesday, and they're gone by Wednesday evening,
right?
And then you have these complaints, and you're sort of, as someone who's worked in live events and experiences for a long time, and events that normally have like a big, like I've worked on food festivals that have like a capacity for 20,000 people. Like you never sell 20,000 tickets, like so you always have space for more. But with this was proper sold out, and people were pissed off.
They were pissed off they couldn't get in.
Yeah,
that's what
this
you
is ridiculous. How can I not buy a ticket to see Hugh Grant in 4 weddings and a funeral? Like just so, and then like really, this is ridiculous. I went online just after I got the email. I couldn't buy a ticket.
You see,
and
this is the thing about like English movies and stuff. This was the Chinese movie people like, why would I buy a ticket when I could be standing on the bridge to watch this for free?
That's
Why
true.
the hell?
we had a guy bring like a pop-up stool and put it in like the EVA outside the event. And there's trees in the way. He like sat down and opened his bag and took out his like popcorn and like went for it. It was
That's
like,
amazing.
That's exactly what happens with the Formula E when they close up the whole place. They gotta like seal all the bridges because I work at the Formula E and everything. And when I'm going to work, I'm like, I don't know, where am I right now? You've sealed everything. I don't know where my directions are. And you will have people like peeping through the little gaps, going like, yes, I
they
see a
blocked
car.
it out. There was a canto pop singer did a concert at the Wheel before my time working in that area.
Yeah,
and
Ronald. I think his name is Ronald. Yeah, I know
Ronald Cheng did one. I think it was Eason Chan.
Eason. Okay,
so
yeah,
like a really big show, and at the Wheel, it was for a small number of guests, and people were queuing all around the Wheel. They were queuing all along the bridge. It was like the police were there. They were trying to shut it down because it wasn't safe because people were just turning up to try and see.
Was that during COVID?
No, not during COVID. Now, if you want to queue like in COVID, you go to like a shopping mall and see a boy band, and all bets are off. You do what you want, right?
Yeah.
Social distance in the mirror. I don't know what. It just doesn't like it doesn't work. Yeah.
Right.
But. Yeah, selling out tickets and it going really well, and people weren't happy, and it was kind of crazy. It was a strange.
But what about the movie choice? Didn't you have a lot of debate with that one? I'm sure there were like people saying.
Yeah, I saw you have Star Wars. I'm like,
yeah.
Such a crowd pleaser. You know, it's funny. There's so many restrictions on what you can and can't show. So first of all, you can't show anything that's R-rated or 3A or 3B.
I was waiting for the porn movie.
I've had many requests. Actually.
I know they were all me.
Shows the caliber of my friends and or company I keep.
I think 2B, right? You can't. I think you were allowed to 2A, but not 2B. Then
we could do some 2B movies. It depends. They watch the movie. The process seems very typically Hong Kong, I suppose. You have to submit a DVD on a disc, not a thumb drive. I can't send you a link. I have to drop off a physical DVD in a case to your office.
Who has a DVD player?
The government.
The government have the only ones left.
Okay.
That's all they have.
Yeah, they collected them all from like Sam Shui Po and like one time.
So there's a company that we could license content from, and they say, oh, we had this new online digital download. It's like a Netflix on the back end, and you can log in and they can approve them all that way. And they were like, no, cannot. Need a DVD, drop it off to the office 14 days before you want to show it.
Do you have to have like the subtitles and the plot and everything?
Have to have the subtitles and the synopsis and the official version, and that's worked out perfectly well apart from the time we tried to show Slumdog Millionaire, and that just really did not work out because
what's up with that?
Like 2/3 of the film is in Hindi, I think, and the subtitles were in Cantonese.
Yeah.
So there was uproar from the expats, like, what is this? Why is there no subtitles in English?
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But it did spoil. I mean, we just didn't think it all the way through. To be fair, it was kind of. That was annoying. That was really annoying. But other than that, subtitles is a big thing, and we have to have like a backup DVD. So you're buying 2 copies of the DVD. My Amazon account just looks bizarre, buying these random DVDs.
The suggestions are terrible now.
You're like, COVID is not really doing well with this guy. This guy's just buying.
He's desperate.
He's losing his mind.
Yeah. But then some things were just rejected out of hand. Like they gave some strange direction, like they wouldn't let us show Love Actually, which is like a very, very popular movie around Christmas, and there's 2 scenes in it with some nudity, so we had to edit the scenes out of the nudity, or the nudity out of the movie to show it. And then they let us show Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, but not Rocket Man, the Elton John movie.
Right.
And we noticed...
Is it because it's homosexual?
Don't know. They didn't say explicitly. They just said it was too much. I think it was drugs. I think there's references to drugs in it, or there's an implicit use of drugs. Yeah. But we could show Bohemian Rhapsody, which I thought was quite strange.
Yeah. Wow. That seems like a little, not arbitrary, but a little maybe random.
No, but that's pretty much that's very government style, like in Hong Kong when it comes to movies and like art stuff, where like whoever it happened to land on the desk of.
Exactly, like that guy that day. So you might approve it and you might not.
Right.
But when you're trying to plan movies far in advance and list them and sell tickets and things, we realized we couldn't do that because you could have a movie declined. You're not actually told if it's going to be approved or not until you go to their office the day you're meant to show it, and they give you a physical piece of paper saying you're allowed to show it.
Is it like the Oscars? It was like a sealed envelope.
It's not even that glamorous. No, it's like a tear off like an old fax machine. They're like, here's your cert.
Yeah.
And then you may or may not get it approved on the day.
Yeah, because like I know like with government venues, if you book their venues and you make posters and everything, you have to get their approval, you get the logos and everything,
Yeah.
all that done. And then basically, again, it's like the approval comes from the guy who's like, I like the poster, so I will give you a chop. And I'm like, I could fake that chop, you know.
That reminded me when Andy and me ran a comedy club back in Shanghai, and towards the end, like basically when we knew like that window is closing, they were just tightening the restrictions so much. But it was a similar scenario, except that these are open mic shows. So they ask us to submit a script in advance. No one goes to open mic, by the way, knowing what they're going to say.
Yeah.
So
That's
even
the purpose,
assuming
right?
that that's true, imagine like trying to translate to Chinese some terrible open micer jokes about how the men and women are different, and like supplying it to the culture bureau and just waiting for
approval,
like for approval. And also they want a video. I'm like, you don't even understand the concept of an open mic.
Yeah.
There is it's like, do you want the guy to just film himself in his bedroom practicing?
Probably yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably just want to make it so difficult that you say
That's-
you don't bother. Yeah,
and that's
It's
exactly what
too
happened.
hard basket. Yeah.
And we try to go around it, but then when we try to run the theater shows, like we did like 1,000 people, 1,200, and we fly in, that cannot go under the radar. And they're asking the same thing, and we just submit the scripts, and we get the email back, which just all red.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we give it to the artist. The artist is like, well, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, over here we don't have that problem yet.
Not yet.
Not that hardworking just yet.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I don't want to read all this stuff. I
But
don't
going
care.
back into your work history a bit, so you have worked in events for a long time.
Yes, yeah. I worked in events as far back as high school. I was the guy who organized the kind of school disco or the graduation or like the
Was there any particular reason you liked organizing events? Were you just like the kid who wanted to be famous and popular, and you're like, I'll make my own party?
yeah, no one came to my party.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think I've always been interested in like business and how things work. I'm the kind of the guy who goes into the restaurant and counts the seats and is like, oh, wait, how many covers and what's going on. That's why sitting in this room, I'm like, how is he commercializing this space? This is strange. So I just thought there was an opportunity when you're a kid. Like, how else do you book the venue for this much and then you charge this much and there's a difference in the two and you do okay.
And that's why you're so good in Asia, because that's Asian mentality right over there. Like, how the hell is this guy making money and I'm not? Like, what's going on?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I organized like school discos and things.
And that was back in Ireland.
Back in Ireland, in Dublin, yeah. I'm from
Okay.
Dublin originally.
Yeah.
And organised it in school. And then I went to university and
Where did you go to university?
I went to UCD, University College Dublin. In Belfield in Dublin. Loved it there. It was great. And then I actually I got elected as auditor of the Commerce and Economics Society, which sounds very fancy and
Ooh,
prestigious.
yeah.
Once upon a time, I think it was like this former Taoiseach, which is like our prime minister, was like auditor of the society. It was like a big deal.
Yeah.
But by the time I got there, it just descended into like all these Van Wilder wannabes, like causing carnage and organizing parties. So
Right, yeah.
there was an element of like some sort of debating society you meant to do, and like also some careers advice, but mostly we just organized prestigious events like the Commerce Bowl or the Beach Bowl or Rappers and Slappers, which is a very colorful one.
Why couldn't we have that at the lawn? Rappers and slappers.
Oh, yeah.
I
That
feel
would
like
have.
I've matured since my university days.
We know a lot of immature people that
Yeah,
can make
true
it
enough.
successful for you.
Yeah, you'd have 10 comedians show up like, who do I slap?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not familiar with the concept of a slapper, no?
I don't actually know.
Okay, sorry. So like a slapper is like a euphemism or an Irish or British slang word for like a girl who dresses provocatively, or kind of like I don't know, crass and say like a slut. Like a slapper is sort of like a slutty sort of a
Right.
girl.
Oh, so like my ex-girlfriend. Okay, I understand. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
So it's hilarious. In college, you start off and like the
You know
first
she's
year.
on Patreon, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I want her to hear this. Pay up.
Save that one for the end until the whole story.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But sorry, in college in the first year, it's like rappers and slappers. So like girls dress like guys dress like in their rapper gear and then they're really clever, and then girls dress very provocatively because that's what I think.
Please
like
tell
to
me
do.
it's a bunch of Irish dudes in blackface.
No, there wasn't that.
God
thankfully,
damn
no.
it.
Ink
There
was
was
expensive.
funny guys though came like in black bin liners and they had MARS on it and they wanted to be sweet rappers or like candy bar rappers, and that I did laugh at. But no, it was mostly white guys who listened to too much rap music dressing like
Yeah.
black
Did,
guys.
did
That
they
was-
bleep out the N word, or did they just
No, they just
roll?
lean into that stuff. What's that Chris Rock said? He's like, just go for it.
Yeah.
No, but I noticed the progression as people matured over time. Like the first year college girls, and then when we're leaving college, the girls were like, "Yeah, I'm not dressing up like that," and they dress as rappers, and they just weren't having it. They just
Yeah.
decided, I'm over this now.
Oh my god.
Wow.
But that
okay.
was fun. Yeah. So organizing parties in college.
How old were you at the time?
20.
Wow.
20 years
Okay.
old.
Yeah.
And it was fun. So I had a year off from studies, and you kind of get you raise all this corporate sponsorship. So like very prestigious accountancy firms or legal firms sponsor you because they want to recruit from the group of students. So you've got a budget to play with. So it was like being sponsored, or kind of being in college but having no classes to do, just organizing events.
Yeah.
Which is really fun.
Yeah, for a young guy especially, you're like, oh shit, I get to skip classes and just hang out with rich people.
Exactly that.
And
Well,
they give,
yeah, exactly. Well, it was just a great time. Yeah, and to be able to just do fun stuff. You had a budget to create fun stuff. So like we did stupid things. Like I actually got like a fleet of golf carts and covered them in like pink and blue like wrap, and then drove them around campus because we thought we were like, it was the time the Van Wilder movie was out.
Yeah.
And we thought we were really clever. And like campus security would like chase you in the golf carts in these like 4x4s, and they're obviously much faster than you are. But then you could just go down the ramps and not care because it wasn't your, it was
Yeah,
the golf
you
cart.
don't
And
care
it was,
about the property,
evade campus
Nice.
security. So we did fun stuff like that, and then
Right.
organizing like just different parties, but just kind of you had a budget to spend on doing fun, cool stuff, so students had a good time.
Was there any event that stood out, like that went really bad? Or like the investors or whatever got like upset for you, like how stupid the idea was?
We organised a party to go down to the west coast of Ireland. It's very famous for surfing, a place called Lahinch, and it was like the first year surf trip. So part of the college thing, it's maybe like a frat in the US. You have to like give back and show that you're invested in the college life. So we organised a trip for first years or freshers to go to this surf village, and we booked all these holiday homes, and we basically just like gave them all free beer and stuff, and these were like 17, 18-year-old kids.
Oh, yeah.
And they just lost their minds, and one of them thought it was a Greek wedding, so they smashed every plate in the holiday home. Another guy, some guy had this like weird mattress fetish, so he ran around all the holiday homes. There might be 20 in a little village.
Yeah.
And he was like pushing all the mattresses out the window. So you'd walk around, you see all these mattresses like strewn across the grass. It's like, where is this guy? And you see him running around like laughing to himself, like playing with mattresses. It was quite strange. I think people just dumb and in college and just trying to do
Right,
stupid
and you also
things.
when you're giving them this much freedom and
Yeah.
alcohol at such a young age, they will act irresponsibly.
Absolutely, and we
Yeah.
were supposed to be the responsible adults, like 2 or 3 years older than them, and we were
Right.
doing the same, if not worse. And then, like, we were in charge, like giving out free T-shirts and like more beers, like it was a
Right.
cool thing to do. So it was a really, really fun time, but a really stupid time as well. But really enjoyed it. Yeah, really, really good time.
And when did Hong Kong happen?
I went from uni, I worked in F&B, and then I ended up in Australia. I did 5 years in Australia. I meant to go for like 5 weeks, and I ended up staying for 5 years.
Oh.
That was cool.
What was
Did
the
you just
reason?
think Ireland is not white enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
No, I thought my fair ginger skin, where should I go? Where the hole in the ozone layer is.
Exactly.
Yeah, get some more sun.
yeah.
No, it was 2011 and things weren't great in Ireland. So I'd lost my job. I was kind of like, wasn't sure what to do next. And I was thinking I might go traveling, and I took a part-time job at working in sales. So I used to sell like booths at food festivals. So like if you're a small chocolate company or a jam company or a wine company, come and buy a booth and sell your wares. And the company I worked for had an office in Australia, and they needed somebody to go work there for 6 weeks or 5 weeks. And I said, they're like, if you come, we'll pay you some commission and you can like go traveling afterwards. And I thought that sounded the best thing ever, because I think that Christmas I was like packing ice skates at an ice rink.
Oh man.
I was literally like, I was taking the ice skates, and I wasn't even cool enough to like be on the rink skating,
Right,
like patrolling.
yeah.
I was like packing the ice skates.
Yeah.
And so Australia was really interesting. And then the same company said, oh, do you want to come to London for a job, or would you go to Sydney? And I was like, let me think. And the guy in London was like very formal. He's like, okay, we'll interview you next Wednesday at like 4:00. And the lady in Sydney was like, well, we'll just fly you to Sydney next Tuesday at 1:00. Do you want to go? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And so I went to Australia.
You're like, let me cancel my Wednesday interview
Yes.
first.
Didn't even cancel.
The guy sitting there tapping the table, he will show up soon.
Yeah.
He's still waiting.
He's still waiting.
I ended up actually working with him later on.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. We didn't get on.
Did you phone me? Yeah, I was like, did you phone me up?
Shocker.
Yeah. He's like, weren't you the person who stood me up? You're
Yes.
like, that didn't
For the
sound
interview.
right. Yeah.
But went to Oz and didn't take it too seriously. Just had a good time in Sydney. A lot of Irish out there at the time. But it was very student-esque. People were kind of living like they were kind of backpacking, but sort of working.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I see that here too. Before the lockdown and everything, there's a lot of people who live here, but they act like they're just tourists.
Yeah, I think a lot of people I think in F&B, I find that because it's a bit transient. Right? You come for a
Yeah.
period of time, you got a holiday
Yeah,
visa.
Shanghai is like that big time.
Yeah,
Big time.
And
You
it's
see,
harder
like,
to get a
people-
permanent visa and to plant roots, and because the cost of living here, it's hard to
Yeah.
see yourself maybe here forever unless you do a certain type of a job. So maybe it's for a good time, not a long time.
Right.
It's cool to have on the CV if you work in in that F&B space.
Yeah.
So say I worked in this restaurant in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
It works really well. So, Sydney was like that, and a lot of Irish people, and I didn't particularly like hanging out with all the Irish people, if I'm honest. It was the first day I arrived in Sydney, I went to go buy like towels and Target and like bed sheets. So I was staying on someone's couch. So I thought bed sheets would make it much fancier. And I walked through and I saw these two Irish girls wearing. We have two traditional games in Ireland. One's Gaelic football and one is hurling. Which are very unique sports to Ireland, like Aussie rules football or something like that.
Is it like curling, but you throw it at each other?
No, it's actually extremely, it's like lacrosse, but like way more hardcore and no pads. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
When you're a kid and you play hurling, they teach you to run towards the guy swinging the bat. That's how
To
crazy
be honest,
it is.
if I had to make up an Irish game, that's probably what I would make up.
Yeah, that just sounds very Irish, right? Yeah. And
It's incredibly skilled, and I never ever played it as a kid. But these two girls I saw were wearing the full like jersey and shorts and socks of their local county team from like Ireland,
Right.
and carrying hurls, walking through Bondi Junction, and I was like, I've flown to the other side of the world.
what was
With
the point?
with a word for a person who's not from Dublin in Ireland. It's called a culchie. Like you're not from like the capital city or a culchie. I was like, it's two culchies knocking around Sydney, and I flew all this way, and this is what I got into.
Right. Did you actually say that out loud around them?
Bloody culchies. Go on home. No, I didn't know. They were holding sticks. I was scared of them.
Oh, yeah,
It was
true.
a big hurley.
You
bat.
also
you
they're
talk-
Irish women. You're scared of them
Yeah.
anyway.
Yes, yeah, true enough. Yeah,
as
yeah.
much as you were taught to run towards them, you're like, nah, not here.
Not today. Not today. Not now. But yeah, Sydney was full of Irish people and certain parts of it. So I tried really hard to live with like people who weren't from Ireland, and move in with some Aussies and kind of build more of a stable-ish sort of a life there. And work went really well for me.
So no mattresses all over the floor, right? Because
No, I got out of that pretty quickly. My first 3 months, I was with two buddies from college, one from school and one from college.
Okay.
And I think I came home one night and like the front door was open and there was like kebab grease smeared on the light switch.
Yeah.
And my housemate was like passed out like on the couch with like kebab on his chest.
And that's when you went,
I was like,
"Oh,
nah, I'm out of here. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got over that pretty quickly and tried to move in with some people and kind of establish a bit of a life. But Sydney's a strange place. It's not as welcoming as Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong is a very open, warm, inclusive place.
Yeah.
In certain maybe circles, like maybe expat circles.
Sure.
But Sydney was not. It was like, oh, you're not from Sydney. Well, sorry, don't really want to know. Or that's,
Yeah.
I already have enough friends from Sydney. So see you
True,
later.
yeah. I think over here people are happy to play with you as long as you're willing to have that mentality. Like over here people work really hard and like we kind of enjoy that craziness where we have tight deadlines and everything just like all a mess, but somehow we make it work. I think if you're willing to play that game, people are like, yeah, you're one of us. Let's go nuts. Let's go do something big. Otherwise, like I guess in Sydney, even when I was there, like the vibe was there was a bit like I'll work, but till 5 and don't talk to me.
Oh yeah. Or they do summer hours.
Yeah.
So they finish at 3.
Yeah.
But they start like get up early. So I used to love Sydney. Like get up at 5, go to the gym, have your breakfast, go to work, and then you could finish at 3 in the summer and hit the beach. Not that I could with my complexion, different to you chaps. And so it was harder to enjoy the outdoor stuff in that way. But the quality of life in Sydney is awesome. It's just too far from home for me. I always felt it was very far away from Ireland, and 2 flights. I remember my grandmother passed away and my sister was in Sydney at the time with me, and we literally dropped everything, got the call, dropped everything to get a flight to go home, and the fastest we could get home was 21 hours.
Yeah.
And that was like, we were like, whatever, what's the next flight? Like, here's my credit card, whatever. I just want to get home and see my dad because his mum had passed away. And they were like, yeah, 21 hours through Singapore, if you're lucky, if you make this connection, maybe.
Yeah.
If the wind is behind you. And I'm like, wow. So things like that, it made you feel very far from home. And as people started getting married and people having kids and all that kind of stuff, my parents getting a bit older, I wanted to be closer to home. So Hong Kong was very interesting. When the company I worked for in Australia got acquired by this big glamorous sports marketing company, and they said straight away, we want to launch in Asia. Do you fancy going to Hong Kong and trying to launch these?
Is that
food
something like
festivals?
Barstool in the US, something like that? Or
No, I'm kind of, I'm sure I can talk about it. Yeah, I don't work there anymore. It's a company called Endeavor. So they're a very, very glamorous, sleek company. They just launched they went public in the US. But do you know Entourage, the TV show?
Yeah, of course.
So Ari Gold is the big character in Entourage.
Yeah.
The character of Ari Gold is based on a guy called Ari Emanuel. And Ari Emanuel is the CEO of Endeavor.
Oh, wow.
So the story from the it's really cool. The story from the TV show is like he's in this big agency and he gets kicked out and he starts his own small agency and they buy the big agency and then he goes around with a paintball gun and he's like, I'm back.
Yeah.
It's sort of that story. This guy Ari was in a big agency. They got rid of him. He started his own company and then they ended up buying this bigger agency and it's like David buying Goliath.
Yeah.
And then they bought IMG, which is big sports media business, which was like,
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, massive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jerry Maguire, the movie.
Yeah.
This is always the way I tell the story. It's the two movie things. So the movie Jerry Maguire is loosely based on the culture of IMG, that kind of show me the money, sports marketing, media, sponsorship, agent environment. That was where IMG started. The guy was like Arnold Palmer's agent, the golfer. And so in the movie, the guy who fires Jerry Maguire is a guy called Bob Sugar in the movie. And he's based on a guy called Bob Kane, who is the CEO of IMG.
Wow.
And there's there's a lot of the anecdotes, like most of these things, they take them all the best bits, and they make them into a TV show or a movie, and it's
This is gonna be the sound bite for this episode. It's just like all the people he talked about, and I just mentioned them on Instagram.
just at them.
I'm
at all these companies.
all of them.
This no-name Irish guy was just dropping names left, right, and center.
He's name dropping left and right.
Yeah. What I'm curious, like, did you show Jerry Maguire at the lawn? Did you show that movie?
No, I didn't.
You should have shown all these classic
lining
movies.
it up for the grounds, actually, for the next season. I think it'd be a great movie. People really like it.
Oh,
Nice.
definitely. But you have to cut some scenes. I know there's some scenes definitely would not be
is
able
there
to
some
fly.
Rudy nudies?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. People will be happy when you say, "Show me the money." They're like, "That's good English."
Yeah.
I definitely want to learn that line. Say
Yeah,
it again. I can do that. That's very, very relatable in Hong Kong.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you moved here with them.
Yeah, moved here with them. Yeah, they bought this company that I worked for. I used to run food festivals, something called Taste of Hong Kong, or Taste of Sydney, or Taste of Dublin. I worked on.
Nothing to do with the supermarket, right?
Nothing at all, no. So when I came to Hong Kong to launch this prestigious global international culinary experience called Taste Festivals, and they're like, "Oh, like the supermarket." I'm like,
You're like, what? What?
like all these fancy chefs.
And then you wanted to change it, like, let's call it like "Welcome to Food." You're like, the damn supermarket again.
Welcome to food.
Stop it! What's on everyone's mind? Watson's again.
Come to my food festival, park and shop at my food festival. No, they have that one too.
Shitty super.
Yeah, it was a real bummer. And then I saw.
More mentions for this episode, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm killing it with this.
Sponsorship, please. Go on.
Yeah.
Brought to you by.
Yeah.
But yeah, food festival came here with that to launch
Yeah.
that, and it was awesome. I got to move to Hong Kong on someone else's dime, pretty much, and try and launch a food event, which I did, which is tough in Hong Kong.
So which year was that?
2015 I moved. I think
Okay,
the first
that's right,
one 16.
Okay.
That was a pretty active time. Like events were like 2015, 16. That was pre-Formula E as well. Then.
Just before Formula E, Cirque du Soleil just been in. I think Cavalier was here.
Yeah. That was big, man. There was a lot of stuff happening. I remember that was all the time when they had the underbelly or something.
Udderbelly was here, yeah. So
Yeah.
the guys with the carnival did Udderbelly.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a comedy part to it, right? There's comedy shows at Udderbelly.
Yeah, the Underbelly is a comedy show, and they had that. They had the big tent
fringe
over
thing,
there.
I thought, or part of Fringe.
It was kind of
Festival.
fringe, but they had mostly English shows. They had a couple of Chinese shows, I remember, and we were talking to them about some stuff, but I think the dates didn't work out to have some Cantonese
I mean,
shows
at the
as
same
well.
time, Live Nation was running a lot of stuff here too, I think.
But you guys, Live Nation was doing more just like concerts, one-offs.
Yeah. But like they were doing really
Yeah.
big
So
events.
2015,
They were like, what is it?
2016.
Like Bruno Mars and
I think
whoever.
so.
Yeah, like a couple of really
Was
big
Lady
names.
Gaga you guys?
I think. I mean, it wasn't me. I don't work for them anymore.
I mean, Live Nation.
I think yeah. Like
Yeah, so
almost
probably-
every massive
'cause
name
I remember
at the time.
2015, 2016, I was doing like also the Macau Grand Prix, and that's when all like it was just super active. Like there was like Macau Grand Prix in Macau, and Hong
Yeah.
Kong you'll have all the wine and dine
Are
festivals.
you like a
and-
secret motorsports like guru, Viv? Is
Me?
that what you?
No. They
What do
they just get me that like you can speak both languages. Do it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm like I know nothing about
You're the
cars.
guy.
I don't even have a license. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Show
yeah.
me the money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I can do that in Cantonese. bingo tai chin.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. So 2015. That's a very good time actually for events in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I turned up and the company had just been acquired, and they were so keen to get something happening in Hong Kong and kind of plant the flag for food festivals in this part of the world. So, my first 6 months in Hong Kong were like pretty awesome. I basically got paid to eat and drink. It was ridiculous.
Is that how you got involved with MasterChef as well?
The MasterChef one came in Australia. So the guy I used to work for, the guy who sold the company to IMG, a guy called Chris Hughes, who I love dearly and was a great mentor and ridiculous character, but still someone I stay in touch with.
Right.
This guy, he's the guy. He always tells this story at corporate events. He's the guy at school who organized events because no one would invite him to the events.
Oh.
He's the guy who used to organize Battle of the Bands because he wanted to be in a band but wasn't.
Yeah.
So he'd be the roadie or whatever. He was that
Right.
guy. He was the
That's
nerdy,
so smart.
the nerdy, ugly, spotty guy. He called himself, or the fat guy.
Yeah. But you gotta get his approval to be on his show. He's like, I will not approve this band. You're too handsome. Get
Yes,
off.
exactly that. Yeah. And he's very what's the word? Not self-effacing, like basically slagging himself off the whole time. But he's self-deprecating. That's it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Chris, he used to have these crazy ideas for shows. Before my time, he did things like. he came up with the taste concept, which is very successful, and he did quite well of it when he sold it. He had an event called like the House of Steve. And it was like you know, the Carlsberg campaign, like Carlsberg don't do this, but if they did, it'd be the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
He wanted to think of like Carlsberg, or if you had this ultimate like lads' day out in the pub, what would it be? So you get into the pub and like the football's on, and there's like the football commentator sitting beside you, and you're like having a chat with the pundits. And then like Robbie Williams comes on this like the pub microphone and like sings open mic and like all these things, like an amazing day out. I think it was a bit before its time in terms of an event, but he just wanted to do really cool.
That sounds amazing, by the way.
He just wanted to do really cool stuff. We had these lines, like it was a very small company with not a lot of resource, but everyone was really into it, very passionate. And he used to, when he was such a good speaker, and still is a great public speaker, but he'd talk about doing cool events and cool experiences. And he was like, exhibitions are like rows of people bored in a stand talking to rows of people who are bored outside the stand. They have nothing fun or passionate about it. We want to do things where people get excited to come along and have their best day out. If you were into cooking, you go to MasterChef. You're into cars, you come to Top Gear. If you loved eating and drinking at restaurants, you come to Taste. And that was kind of, it was all about passion points. He always talked with passion about the events that we did, and I always appreciated that and liked it, and it was kind of part of the fun of working there. So working for a small company and for a crazy boss was really fun.
Speaking of passion, I mean, if you're loving this podcast, patreon.com/hohopod.
Oh, yeah. Great segue.
Yeah, because sponsorship. I just wanted to get into that point as well.
I like that.
All right, go on. So those projects are what you were doing like in Australia, you were saying, right?
Yeah, so this guy had this business where he somehow befriended Jeremy Clarkson. Right, so that's when we're in meetings describing the story, like, oh yeah, so our CEO like befriended Jeremy Clarkson, and he met him out at a charity party or something, and kind of became friends with him. And he had this idea of like, Top Gear is great and everybody loves it. It's a global phenomenon in motorsport. How do we make it a live experience? What about a circus for cars, where you go along and you watch cars driving around? The Stig is there, and there's all these amazing supercars, and we could have the guys tour the world and do these like stadium shows of Top Gear, and that was kind of his idea. And he sold it to the BBC, as in sold the concept, and the BBC then started a company with my old boss to run these Top Gear events.
Wow.
So he had the global license to run Top Gear Live, which was like, taking the TV show and making it a live experience. And it started off just like a theater, like you go and sit in an auditorium and you'd watch it like a stage show, but like with cars. And that was cool. And they did that for a while. And then they had this idea, let's make it a festival. So they would rent out places like, they didn't do it, but like Goodwood in the UK, big festival of speed. They'd rent that area and they'd have like test laps and car experiences and all these cool experiential whiz-bang things that go alongside the car show, but always with the talent of like James May, Jeremy Clarkson, and Richard Hammond, who were the presenters of the TV.
Man, I'm so jealous, man. Any like car-related events we have here, like experience things. I mean, like for example, Mercedes-Benz has their experience thing that outside. BAM, right? It's really cool. I mean, it's a lot of fun, but the cars are just sitting there. They don't do nothing.
Isn't that inside a shopping mall?
No. That's outside in the open area. They'll have a whole event. But then also, like, I think in Hong Kong, though, there's never been like a thing where we've had like crazy driving or crazy cars or something like circus related. It's usually like celebrities standing outside, sitting on top of the car waving.
Yeah, it's very shopping mall centric here, and like the place. I kind of understand it though. I had a conversation with a number of car brands in Hong Kong, and like they will tell you, if we get the space in Harbour City and we put the cars there, we'll sell like 20 cars.
True.
I'm like, what?
True.
This would blow my mind. But it was way more lucrative, because I'd be there, oh, why don't you place your cars in this nice food festival, and like you have great experience and right exposure and the great kind of audience and quality of people. And he's like, yeah, but I sell like 20 cars in Harbour City. So
it's not the right kind of foot traffic they want.
True.
Or they just seem to get people at a purchase moment in Harbour City. They're just like dropping some cash and so buying like.
I live nearby there, and I go by there to go to the ferry. That's how poor I am. And I literally pass by the Mercedes, like they have had it recently, up on the second floor, and it's super busy. And they don't look like the people. They don't look like me, who is just go inside and take a selfie. These people are buying cars.
Yeah, I think it's people are used to making a really big purchase decision inside a mall. It's not very typical in Europe or the US. I think you want to be like wined and dined and taken to a fancy. Like you go to a showroom in Australia, like in every premium car dealership will have like its own barista, and like they all have chef ambassadors who've made the cookies, and it's all very high end. Whereas here it's like in a mall, happy to buy it. Let's go.
I think that's changing now. I mean, like you've got a house, I think it's called, like in Benz has the showroom in Central.
Yeah, the collaboration with IWC, I thought that was really smart.
So that's really cool. And so they have events. We've had comedy shows there. Just basically just to create a community that likes the brand, that feels it's more like a lifestyle thing. I think that's what people are buying now. The new generation is all about lifestyle.
Yes, they're buying into it not just for the good itself, but kind of the ancillary feeling around it, for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, like you could definitely have like movies like The Fast and the Furious, and then talk to car companies, be like, put your car there.
Well, we did this. So we had the grounds last year, and we were very fortunate. The guys from BMW in Hong Kong, shout out to BMW, had great vision. They just wanted to do something really talk of the town. They came to us and said, "We're launching this new car. We want to do something really cool. Can we do a drive-in movie theater?" And we're like, "That sounds wicked. We'd love to do that."
Yeah.
So we
That's
actually,
really cool. Did you actually do that?
We did, yeah.
Wow.
We're really tricky in Hong Kong with rules and regulations and restrictions and things,
Yeah.
but like,
So also that area, I guess you get the cars in from the other side. Obviously,
yeah, they
not from
drove.
the
They
harbor
drove
front.
in. They drove in by the carousel, and they
Yeah.
came into the site, and then
Yeah.
they parked up. And then, bizarrely, we weren't allowed to have them sit in the car and watch the movie. They had to get out of their car and watch a movie.
Can they sit on top of the car or something?
No, we had that as well. That wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
Very particular rules. It depends who we got that on that day for licensing, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
But it was quite particular in the licensing, but we got there in the end, and the guys did a drive-in movie experience. And they ended up, sadly for the guys working there, including myself, they showed the same movie 6 times in a row.
Oh man.
Oh,
Because
no.
because the cars in the movie, but they didn't want to show. They did not want to show different movies. Have people kind of fighting over. I want to see that one or that one. Or that
Right,
one.
right, right.
So they showed the same Mission Impossible movie 6 times.
Man, the
but I don't-
mission was possible by then.
Mission most likely.
Oh, you have your sound effect now.
Oh, hey, I forgot which one it is now. hold on, hold on. I think I
Post
can do
edit
it.
it. There it
Hey,
is.
there we go. I got that one. All right,
Nice.
sorry, that was a rim shot. Anyway, go on.
But yeah, that was cool. We liked working on that stuff. That was really like to do something very different, and they created this whole experience around drive-in. And I couldn't get over how passionate people were about their cars, particularly their old vintage BMWs.
Well,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, what you can see is people like they'll keep their cars clean. Like that's the thing in Hong Kong.
Everyone that
as
came
well.
to this thing had their car valeted that day, and
Oh,
they were
for
turning
sure.
up like,
Wow.
look at my car, it's looking
Yeah.
fresh.
Oh.
And they all wanted photographs with their car, next to their car, with their girlfriend, with no girlfriend,
Yeah.
someone else's girlfriend. Just wanted photographs with their car.
You know,
Right.
speaking of BMW, I think there is a BMW car whose license plate is second GF, second girlfriend. I think I have a
Oh
photo of
yeah,
that.
I saw.
You've seen it, right? It is
yeah, I saw
BMW. It's a
circulating
black one.
around.
Yeah. Yeah, so just shout out to BMW again. Sponsorship,
Yeah, that's
please.
a Hong Kong thing. Before I moved here, actually Dubai too, because I've spent some time there. They're also like filthy rich, and they just like spend crazy money on stupid number plates.
Yeah.
And Hong Kong was the other place where I saw that.
Yeah.
There is obviously the pink. Is it?
Oh, that's
Ro-
Rebecca.
Rose.
Rebecca.
Rebecca. I thought it's Deborah.
No, Deborah.
Yeah.
Deborah. The Rolls Royce, the pink
You know, I've
Rolls
seen
Royce.
it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous license plates and obnoxious colors. Like
Yeah.
Hong Kong must hold it down for like the most ridiculously colored, super
But that's
colors
how rich you have to be. Where you're like, I will pay extra money for something that's ridiculously ugly.
Because you also
just to
know
rub it
how
in your
much
face.
they're paying for the parking spot.
Oh yeah,
Like it's crazy money.
yeah.
And on
Parking
top of
is
that,
expensive.
yeah,
here as well,
yeah.
Yeah, the parking's nuts.
Like I know a lot
Yeah.
of people who are rich here, and they're like having a car here doesn't make any sense. They just
Doesn't.
don't have cars.
It really doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hire a
It
driver.
does as long as you have a BMW sponsorship. Yeah. It's true. They did the math, and it's actually cheaper just to take a taxi everywhere you go.
Or even an Uber if you can afford it.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have an Uber everywhere, and
Yeah.
so, like you basically have your own driver.
Yeah, but I think it's also the convenience and also it's just a status as well. Like, I have a lot of friends who basically like having a car was a point in their life where it's like having a house.
Right.
You know, where you kind of like, I made it. I can afford, and well, I have a car, not afford it, but I have a car.
Yeah.
So I think there's that as well. I said mentality. So that's why the shopping mall thing is like, you know, if I want to go today, I want to treat myself. Oh, get us ice cream. No, I will get a car. Oh, okay. Okay. then.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's how it is over here very often. So otherwise, events-wise though, is there anything like coming up that like you're excited about?
So yeah, right now we're recording between the time of the launch. Actually, let's talk a little bit about how we got to work together.
Yeah,
Because as you said,
Grounds,
like
right?
yeah, because when you opened the grounds the first time, you wanted to have different events, and then you reached out. I think we were at the time. To explain what happened, at the time we were just about to leave Live Nation, and Live Nation like had just shut down the Riff,
Yes.
and we're just at this weird place where like, can we even do our own events? We didn't know what was allowed and what was not.
Yeah.
And then we're also in the planning stages for the backstage.
Exactly that, yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's the chat I had with Andy, and there was an interest there, and I was really keen to work with. And we had a mutual friend, Martin,
Yeah.
a very dear friend of mine.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Martin Haig, shout out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You better subscribe to that Patreon, Martin. You can definitely well afford it.
Oh, he can.
But so we're keen to do something, and then it didn't come off. So we did the grounds for I think 85 days,
Yeah.
plus 75 days closed, so about 150 days, and then we closed the grounds. We had this new idea for the Lawn Club. The idea
I was going to ask about that. So, was it the new idea? Was it just like a rebranding kind of thing, or was it just let's try something different? Because it seems to me, as just an outsider, it's like, all right, these guys did kind of the same thing, but they just flipped it so it looks different. Like
Yeah,
the
we
stage
did-
is there from.
We wanted it to feel familiar, but also different. We wanted it to be an extension of the old brand, but something new. We're trying to create consumer experiences that we can scale and replicate and do in other parts of the world. We'd love to take these shows on the road and do them in the Greater Bay Area. I mean, the company is named Greater Bay Media Entertainment. We
Right.
have aspirations to go to Southern China with these.
And
sort of
also
ideas.
AIA Vitality Park, they exist in other places in the world, right?
I'm not entirely sure, but AIA Vitality is a brand.
Yeah.
I mean, AIA it's a global brand. Vitality Park, I think, might be the first one in Hong Kong, I think. But yeah, I mean, for us, we wanted to have a space that it would feel different, but in the same location, and we kind of really tried to revitalize that space behind the wheel that was not being
Yeah.
used before, I think, for events. And
Well, my question is like, if the ground is so successful, why didn't you just keep it?
Good question. I've been asked that quite a lot. My feeling on this was you'd rather be missed and come back rather than outstay your welcome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like the idea of creating annual, repeatable, scalable events. So we'd like to do the grounds every year at a time that people want to have it back. They look forward to it. When I lived in Australia, there was a very definitive time of the year, and Hong Kong has that too. Like, you know, when Art Month comes around, like the big tent goes up on the harbour front, stuff is happening in the exhibition centre. It's March, that's the vibe, and you look forward to that time of the year.
Yeah.
And then later in the year, November is like Clock and Flap and Wine and Dine, and kind of those big events mark the calendar. Formula E when it was here.
Yeah.
So it's we wanted to have that sense that the grounds was of a place, and we like kind of that end of the year, that Q4, October, November, December is our prime time. So we wanted to keep that. So I also didn't want to do the grounds and keep doing it into a point where like it just kind of fizzled. You'd rather kind
Yeah.
of leave on a high. So, I mean, we haven't reinvented the wheel with the grounds. We just tried to do something very simply and
Insert
effectively.
wheel
and-
pun there.
Yes.
that I'm too tired to make.
There you go. There you go. It's a great one. I should
You
make
know
that
who
one.
has wheels? BMW. They do.
Jeff,
And
This
they all-
episode is not sponsored by BMW,
Yet.
but please
Yet.
send that. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So that's the thing is like I remember I did the big sleep out there one time when it was the grounds, I believe, and I remember when I came to the lawn club thing that you had moved the stage basically from north side to basically west side. I mean, why the move? It was like a feng shui master told you that's more lucky or
I
something.
would love to say there was some sort of
You also put
consideration.
trusses up.
Yeah, we did. No, so the grounds was a very different piece, and we had the big screen, and it was more focused on the on-screen experience. For the lawn club, we wanted to be less about sitting in one place and watching a screen. We wanted you to move around the space.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not really geared as well as the grounds to comedy, which I think I
Yeah.
said to you at the time.
Yeah.
It just happened to be that time of the year. But
Yeah.
no, the idea with the lawn club was you could move around, play some games, play some croquet or some bocce or cornhole, whatever it was,
Yeah.
and then go back to your space, but still be socially distant, still be safe. The whole idea was thinking of experiences you could do for a large number of people, but in a safe way.
Right.
And so it's very, very hard to do. It seems very simplistic, but it's actually quite challenging. So
It is like even for us, just as an outside producer, it's still like quite a lot of work to just navigate the space. I can imagine you guys every time putting on a new show, dealing with a new set of challenges, right?
yes, absolutely. Yeah. And we tried to have a blueprint. That's where the framework worked and people were used to it. We have pods, as we call them. You've got a pod of 4 people. People are like, well, I can sit as 6 in a restaurant now. Why is it still 4? Well, 4 works in terms of ticket sales and how that comes together. It's very straightforward. 4 is 2 couples. Easier to kind of put together. So
Yeah.
we had a format that worked. People understood it. We'd thought through all the logistics of like delivering food and scanning QR codes and
Yeah.
all that kind of carry on. So we wanted to keep that, but then put up new content. So
Yeah.
and we thought, summer was too hot to sit and watch a movie. We wanted to get people moving around. So that was
Yeah.
the games piece, but not without its own challenges. I mean, the lawn club was great for us for the summertime, but I want to say the grounds was easier, but it's more easily understandable straight away with the grounds. I'm
Right.
going to watch Top Gun on Thursday.
Yeah.
Sit down, let's go.
Yeah, because the lawns model is like you come in and you just kind of hang out and there will be something on stage happening.
Yeah, when we
As opposed to the grounds where people are booking the movie, basically.
Yes, yeah. It's content led, whereas
Right.
the lawn club, not to be fair, that's one of the things we noticed with the lawn club. It was challenging because the content wasn't distinct on different nights, and when we did distinct things, for example, having the fantastic backstage guys there doing a comedy night, that went really well and sold really well. Or other events we had like Got Quiz or. I'm trying to think, we had a cornhole
You had like
competition.
kids
we had
events as well.
Yeah, we did stuff with
You had
Little
those, yeah.
Steps. We did some charity events. They all worked really well. The Women of Hong Kong event, they all worked really well because people understood on that day it's very clearly what it is.
If you want to hear about the events that did not go well, subscribe to the Patreon where Simon talks about everyone who's not welcome back.
Exactly. You got to pay to hear me. Try to talk
Exactly.
to people.
Exactly, yeah.
Comes at a price. My dignity comes at a price. So, understanding different events and being very clear cut on what you're buying and going to. But we wanted to do more with the lawn club. We didn't get there in the end with some of it. For example, we wanted to show all the summer sport. One of
Yeah.
our big things we wanted to have was like have the Olympics on, have
Oh, the
Wimbledon on.
Euros, yeah.
the Olympics
Have the
would have been
Euros.
perfect,
Yeah.
yeah.
We just couldn't get to a reasonable commercial conclusion with any of the sport, which is
Yeah.
quite disappointing. Having worked in that space before,
I mean, you could have killed it with England games.
yeah, we
If
looked
you
at all
could,
the England games.
if you're able to stream it,
I'm sure the licensing issue being like in an outdoor area.
That's one part. I mean, it's very grey. I mean, I've worked around sports rights for a long time and kind of understand it. And I was very disappointed when the conversation went.
The one thing I would recommend and suggest you could use it for is like you can rent it out to co-working spaces and they can use it for Zoom meetings. That would be like everyone's like trying to up each other. Like, look at my background. I'm in San
Right,
Francisco.
yeah, yeah.
I'm on the beach. You're like, look around, people.
Yeah.
You know how expensive
Yeah.
land is in
And
Hong
it's
Kong.
not it's not a green screen.
exactly. exactly.
Changing pods and having your Zoom call, yeah.
Exactly.
Better use of the space, you're right, yeah.
Yeah. Or like e-gaming and stuff. I'm sure like there's a lot of things that could be played with because I know like for example, let's just use e-gaming real quick, right? So in Hong Kong, e-gaming is getting bigger and bigger now,
Yep.
and they have like those the festivals as well. They had the e-gaming competitions last year as well. So people are actually looking forward to outdoor events where it's like not the same old concert. I think people are done with concerts where like, okay, we get it. We're gonna listen to you sing. I'm gonna wave my wand, and things are gonna happen. Great. So people are interested in that, but I guess, like you said, it's also how to make it commercially viable.
Yeah,
That's
for
the
sure. I
challenge.
mean, I think the concert model will always be live music is one of the most tribal, primal experiences people want to have.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant, and I sorely miss it. I love going to gigs, some of my fondest memories. I just feel now the expectation is it's more than a festival, it's more than
Yeah.
a concert. So like, there's a word in the business that I'm in, or definitely the business I used to be in, of like the festivalization of entertainment, where like everything has to have. It can't just be about like what's on the stage. It's like what food are they serving? What the brand experiences
Yeah.
are.
Right.
If you look at all the headlines about Coachella, it's less about what's on the stage and more about what's going on around it. Who had the teepees? Where was the miniature golf? Who had
Yeah.
the Ferris wheel? What do the brands do? Where did all the rich people stay that everyone else couldn't afford to stay because they were invited to by this brand? It's all shifting. It has to be bigger and more inclusive and more immersive and all these
Yeah.
really fancy buzzwords. So that's a challenge for event organizers. It was the same doing Top Gear. It couldn't just be have the guys on stage doing the car shoot, to do all the things around that as well.
Yeah.
When we did the MasterChef event, that was like really complicated trying to put it all together to make an experience people would go to that wasn't just watching the TV show on a stage.
Live, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that Fire Festival stuff?
I was just gonna say that. I was like, okay. Let's
Were
go.
you involved, Simon?
Yeah.
I know a guy that went.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Here's a good story.
Okay.
So I actually don't know him that well. There's a guy from Dublin who, when I was doing my nightclub, so I didn't finish my origin story, did the university thing. But the year after I left university, I basically continued doing nightclub events. So I like a promoter. I'd take a Wednesday night at a nightclub and charge a cover charge and put on a theme and make some money. And that was very, very lucrative for a summer. And I was like living like I was earning a lot of money when I wasn't really and spending
Right.
it all. And there was a lot of guys in Dublin doing the same thing because it was very much like, well, that looks easy. I can book that place over there and everyone will come
Right.
to my party. And a guy in Dublin was doing the same thing. And then
And you guys, the tax laws are pretty chill too, right?
we're super chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. We invented a low corporation tax in Ireland.
Yeah.
That and Guinness. It's great. But
Good
yes,
mix.
this guy was in the same game as me, doing that for a while. I left and went into events and different things, but he stayed with it. And I remember at the time talking like, I'm going to buy this ticket. It's this amazing thing. It's like, because they were like thousands and thousands of dollars, right?
Right.
And he bought it and he's in the documentary. You can see him.
Wow.
And this guy
What
was
is his
pretty...
name? I'm gonna go. Which one, by the way? There is 2 documentaries.
Oh, the one on the Netflix one.
Okay.
I've only seen that one.
Yeah, there is another one I think on like Amazon or whatever.
Hulu or something. But
Hulu, yeah,
Netflix,
something
Netflix
like
is
that.
the one that most people have seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that as well,
with the
yeah.
guy and the water guy and the
Yeah.
yeah. So he's not like relevant in the documentary. I saw him and when I
Was
saw
he
him,
just one of the victims?
He was one of the
basically?
victims,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God, that's so good.
but you could see him like he rocks up with such
Can we also
enthusiasm.
add him and on this?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. I'm not going to say his name, but he.
I will find him. Some
Yeah.
guy with an Irish accent.
guy.
Yeah.
He's on the IMDb for the Fire Festival
Guy number
documentary.
7.
He probably put himself on it.
Victim number 7.
But you see him getting off the boat or whatever, like with such enthusiasm. Like he's bought all his new gear. He's in some
Oh my
like
God.
obnoxious like sleeveless wife beater top. He's going to the gym, excited for Fire Festival.
Yeah.
And then it obviously just turns to absolute shit.
I mean, I'm not for victim blaming, but sometimes you're like, come on, you kind of deserve that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was a
You
shame,
signed the
man.
thing, but on the premise of what it was. If
Yeah.
you saw that video and thought, I want me some of that,
Exactly.
then you deserve what you got.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing like endearing. There's not a spiritual awakening. I'm not going to see something like, it's not like Burning Man where I know
Yeah.
that's now got to a point now where it's lost
very
its luster.
commercial, yeah.
But before it was like, I'm really going to this thing 'cause I've heard it's like, this
Yeah.
was people going, I want to go and get these Instagram photos so all my friends are jealous
Yeah.
as.
Yeah.
That's why I want to go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So did you talk to him afterwards?
No, I haven't. No, I'm not,
okay.
I'm not in touch with him as such, but I
Can
saw
you
him
just
on the TV
imagine?
show.
Poor guy shows up. He's like, there aren't even rappers or clappers.
Yeah, slappers.
Yeah, I thought it's
Great
slappers.
reference, though,
Oh,
great
it's
reference.
slappers. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
okay. Anyway, all right. So, yeah, I mean, Fire Festival and stuff. Those are bad ones, but the good ones we've heard you talk a lot about that. So, Simon, real quick, is the next big thing that's on your mind that's going to be happening soon that you've got planned? I'm just
Yeah, we're going to open the grounds again in October. That's our plan. We're calling it
Yeah.
season 2, affectionately. Season 2 of the grounds.
So it's from September till when?
mid-October to
mid-October?
Yeah, kind of towards the end of December. We're kind of
Okay.
playing with the closing date.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so we're very excited. We have all this it's crazy, all these insights and information about like what movies people like, what content they want. So
Yeah.
we do more of that. So
show
we're
the
doing-
Fire Festival documentary there. Just see-
That's a great idea. And pause when your buddy is on screen.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
my buddy.
I know that.
Get him on
My
Zoom.
dude.
Just get him on Zoom right there. It's like, hey, dude.
Everyone's laughing at you.
Yeah.
So you have a plan for the movies.
Plan for the movies. We're gonna have a conversation about some comedy.
Yeah.
I think it all depends. I mean, it's really we know what we can do. We know what we'd like to do. It all depends what we're able to do based on restrictions.
Actually, I was gonna say, do you expect the cap to be increased?
I really don't know, to be honest. I mean, the rules we're hearing now and the logic behind them is frustrating. You can do certain things in certain places. Like I can go to a nightclub tonight and take my mask off.
Oh yeah,
and-
no. I someone took me to a busy bar the other night, and I'm like, oh yeah, these people, COVID doesn't exist for them.
Exactly. Yeah, they're just living.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Whereas-
fully vaccinated, and I was scared. I'm like, this is not safe.
Yes, yeah. I'm worried now going back to Ireland next week about. My wife made the point like this COVID is rife in Ireland. We're very lucky in Hong Kong, but
Right.
people take precautions, but also there is not a lot of COVID around. Whereas
Right.
there's 1,000 cases a day in Ireland at the moment.
Jesus.
And vaccination levels are on the up, but not huge. So we'll have to make some sensible choices. But yeah, so it's hard with the restrictions. I mean, we do what we can within the restrictions that we have, but we're
Yeah.
also realizing we're in a very visible place where we are on the harbour
Yeah.
front. We're in a very obvious place, a lot of eyeballs, and
Yeah.
we've tried from the start we want to set a good example. I mean, when I went back to this, go back to the idea that the cheesy shining the light story, we
Right.
wanted to set a good example for people and say you can do things safely.
Yeah.
We do have rules. We've been fortunate the last while. When we first opened the grounds, I would literally walk around to people and say, "Get back in your pod."
Yeah.
Get back in your pod
Yeah.
and put your mask on. And
Yeah.
we've relaxed that a bit now. We try to be a bit more. People kind of get it, and they
Yeah.
understand not to.
I am that guy at the comedy shows when people start talking. You'll see a tap on the shoulder. I'm like, stop talking.
Yeah.
There is a show going on.
Silence.
We need to get
Only laughter.
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that wasn't laughter. Shut up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what way it's going to go. And some of the rules, understandably, are. Well, sorry, not understandably. Some of the rules have safety focused on them, but they have no commercial consideration whatsoever. So, for
Oh,
example,
yeah.
the idea that we have a band play, but I can't sell you a beer or a wine or
Oh,
something
yeah,
while it's
yeah,
happening.
yeah. Same with comedy, yeah.
So that
Yeah.
doesn't work for us. We can't make that work. We don't make enough money selling tickets. It has
Yeah.
to be beyond that. So,
F&B. Yeah.
yeah, that's a huge part of what we do, and it's always part of the experience for us as well.
How did you? We can cut that out if you want. But how did you end up on Shake Shack? I love Shake Shack. I'm just curious. Why was Shake Shack the vendor for?
We had a different food vendor for the grounds, and we thought we'd do something new for the.
I didn't
Lawn
go to
Club.
the grounds. So I don't know which.
Yes,
which,
yeah, we had something else for the grounds, which had more variety to it. Shake Shack, I was interested in finding the best delivered solution for the guest. So one of the challenges we had previously was food was arriving at different times. You'd order vegan, you'd ordered chicken.
Oh, did you
and it
have
would all come
different vendors,
yeah.
as in different restaurants for the
Yeah,
grounds?
so the other place was kind of a food hall that had 7 vendors in the one
Oh,
place.
yeah, that can be.
Yeah, it's operationally challenging. And
Yeah.
it was a new concept for them, and I mean, people really loved the food. It was just a challenge with the kind of operational delivery. So we wanted to try and streamline that. I talked to the guys at Shake Shack. Being so close on IFC, proximity is a big thing for us because we run all the food ourselves. Like all the delivery comes, it's our guys doing it. So we need to think about what's near us and what we can do.
Oh,
really
I
well.
thought you ordered Deliveroo all the time. No.
We had this chat. I went through so many permutations of how to deliver food. It's very, very complicated. And also bizarrely, it's commercially challenging. I mean, these food delivery platforms, much in the same way I imagine that Uber is, it's it's extremely hard to make a business out of that. It doesn't actually make commercial sense.
Yeah.
So you might not be surprised to hear that some food delivery platforms lose money on every single order that they place because the cost to service it is just too high. So we try to keep it really simple, really basic. Lots of hardworking people going forward and back.
So you place the order, like when the customer places the order in the pod, it goes to Shake Shack, and then someone from your staff goes and picks it up.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That actually makes sense why you picked Shake Shack then. Because
Yes.
they also have like the IFC one is
Well, it's
quite
also
big.
a bloody good burger. I like the Shake Shack burger.
No. I started by saying I love them. I'm just curious about the choice of almost like a fast food restaurant, because I imagine like some people here are very health conscious. They're like, oh, I want my.
That was the
vegan
biggest.
bullshit.
That was the biggest maybe feedback point we got was
Yeah.
around the lack of options for people who are vegan or
Right.
vegetarian, which I understand. Obviously, in the establishment we're currently sitting in, which is
Yeah.
amazing vegan food, and we have to reconsider our options for the grounds again. I think the Lawn Club was more of a beverage occasion than a food occasion, so
Yeah.
food wasn't maybe the hero of it.
Yeah.
Whereas the grounds, people have an expectation of coming and having a full meal, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, we always try to change it and mix it up. It's not you don't do same the whole time.
Yeah, of course.
But we also have to consider what we can do very well. We'll try and do very well where we're based, what we're doing. That's you could stretch yourself too far and try and take on things that won't work and do a bit more fire festival on it, which we didn't want to do. So.
Actually, the last thing I'll say is like just because we worked together on a couple of shows for the lawn, and the feedback, you have done both shows, and the feedback from the comics, like people had a great experience there because like Vivek, you're very experienced, but some of comics on the show were like experienced as comics, but they didn't do different stages or different like venues, and the first one was kind of terrifying to them because we talked about this at length. Is like they're not used to outdoor shows where you're like. We are sitting in the audience. We're like, oh, they're doing really well. And then they get up and they get off stage and they're like kind of mad. I'm like, what's up? They're like, no one is laughing. I'm like, no, they're laughing. You just can't hear it.
Totally. I mean, I had to make a speech at the grounds for the media thing, and even I felt this is a very strange.
Yeah, you're
dynamic.
dying up there.
What's going on here?
Yeah. And then like I'm telling them like, no, people are laughing. And then I went up. I'm like, oh shit, I am dying. It's like you can't make the connection. Except that I was actually dying. It's different. But
Yeah.
you know.
It's harder. I mean, and the space is distanced by nature. So when you're used
Yeah.
to having a cluster of people together, close together, and hear the sound, I'm sure it's amazing to hear that feedback from a
Yeah.
large group of people laughing at the story that you're telling. So
Yeah.
to not have that, and then to be worried and second guessing, and maybe trying to in real time. You guys tell me, were you trying to like edit your act real time in your head?
little
or your
adjustments
sets?
here and there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
But
yeah.
shout out to you, honestly, you and Ed and Aiden, all the team. There is a lot of names, but you guys were very accommodating because we gave you feedback after the first one. You immediately were like, okay, what can we improve? This, within the rules, of course. But Ed has been fantastic. Shout out to Ed.
Shout out to LED Bean. He's the man.
Oh, he is the okay.
Yeah.
Is that like is that his name
No,
or
we
his
just,
company?
we just slag off Ed and
Because
call
I know
him LED
Bean is his
Bean.
last name. Okay,
Edward Bean, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ed's an extremely experienced production expert. He's worked on like amazing.
Yeah, you know him as well.
Oh yeah. I've worked
Yeah.
on many times.
Ed's worked on big shows all over the place, and we somehow managed to convince him to come work with us on this project.
Yeah.
Same on the grounds.
LED
and-
Bean. That's a funny name.
Yeah,
actually.
because we were basically. I'll tell the story.
Yeah.
So Ed is basically pedaling the whole time. Like, anytime you want to, like, we're going to put on a show and there's a stage in the audience, and that's what the budget allows. And Ed goes, "Oh, that's great, yeah. But what if you had some LED at the back? Or what if you had?" He's just busted out some outrageous words like, "What did he have once? Oh yeah, for the Lawn Club. Yes, Simon. I think we should have a proscenium arch." I'm like, "What is a proscenium arch?" Apparently, it's a theatrical thing about having an arch over the stage with the lights. I know. Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Oh, yeah.
It's like
no
the
idea
Rolling
either.
Stones or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I did Google it myself. And
I bet he uses that every time he goes for meetings. Proscenium arch. They're like, wow, this guy knows
proscenium
this stuff.
arch. There was we do make fun of Ed now about the trust that you mentioned earlier at the Lawn
Right,
Club.
yeah.
We have the warmest truss in Hong Kong.
Right.
So Ed was like, "We must have truss warmers on the truss. It must be warm, the truss." I was like, what?
Why?
But the temperature? What? He goes, no, like lighting to like make it feel like ambient lighting. So
Yeah.
Ed would look at something and go, "All right, we can warm this up. We can make the space feel a certain
He's just
way with
all about
light."
light.
Yes,
he's
well,
just like a light. Yeah.
and sound, but he's all about the light. Like, we can make this so much bigger and better with like some touches of light. Even with the grounds, like
Yeah.
I was like, the screen's on, that will light the people, that will be fine. Or there's like, I had like these construction lights on the towers, like that will light the toilets, that will be fine. And then it's like, no, we need a warm wash of amber across the back, and things like that. And so he really cares with those little details that make it feel more elevated. And that, to be fair, that really aligns with what we're trying to do with all the events. I mean,
True. I mean, it's a gorgeous like venue. Just as you know, even when we were standing on stage, you're like, because we turned off all the lights, obviously, but even the warm lights on the trusses, they look quite beautiful. Just the warm lights and the little table
yeah,
lights.
the little lamps are cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
All those things. Yeah. So Ed, I mean, he we do really well together. It's like having Ed work on your show is like, I don't know, what's a good example here? It's like having a five-a-side football team and Ronaldo plays with you. It's sort of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which is great. And
He's too capable. I
yes,
agree.
exactly. He's over capable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So our trusses are always warm, and Ed's great. So yeah, he's been amazing on the Lawn Club, and I think we've thrown some of the most ridiculous projects at Ed, like in terms of, tomorrow we're going to have 12 bands play at the stage. Can you help us arrange it? And he's done that and done a great job. So but it was great to have comedy. I think to have those stories. The biggest part of this, the biggest success of the grounds and the Lawn Club is having that imagery and that storytelling and that content of what we did, what we all collectively achieved in that space, that goes around the world. I mean, the footage of like the grounds being open to show Jaws the first week, and the Associated Press picked it up. And we were in we made the New York Times, the Irish Times. My mum was delighted. We made the Times of India. Was it ABC in Australia? Like loads of these newspapers. It was crazy. And to have that, I think it's just good for Hong Kong after what has been a challenging couple of years for different reasons. To have good stories of Hong Kong go around the world, and we're very proud of that.
That's amazing,
and it's a real plus point for us. And I think we've gotten support and more support from people locally because of that, I think, and media outlets locally, and also the government agencies locally, like in terms of like the Information Services Department. Those guys have been great to kind of help us tell our story internationally. So that's what we'll always try and do. If we can make a couple of bucks along the way, that'd be great. But to do cool stuff in the middle of town and have everyone go like, that was kick ass. I'm very lucky now when you go around town and say, oh yeah, I work on the grounds, like, oh that's it was cool, I had a great time. That's the buzz. That's why you do the job. I think that's why.
Thank you so much for creating something so amazing for Hong Kong during such a difficult time.
Thank you.
And we'll see you at the grounds.